But for me, the way that I see as a storyteller is that I'm listening to my parents, like I'm listening to their stories, and I'm archiving them in a very specific way through documentary film.
I was like, oh, I'm not Vietnamese enough to make a Vietnamese film. I'm more Americanized now. But at the same time, I started realizing like what Vietnamese American is. But then making a film like this, that's kind of like obviously inspired by my mom and just my parents and my family, it got me a little closer in terms of like how I feel about being Vietnamese.
Yeah, kind of similarly to Vu, I also like talked to a lot of my family members about what the experience of like putting my father into the hospice care was like. And so I sat on like hours long calls with people and just like hashed through like, what did you feel? What was the experience like for you? How did you guys come up, like, you know?
In my film, when that line, like, dad is still here, even though he's not physically there anymore, he's there in spirit. Like, he's there because she's going to love coconut water for the rest of her life. And he's there because she's funny. She got her sense of humor from him, you know? So day to day, like, when I observe my mom and when I interact with her, I notice the ways that, like, her habits that I picked up that will live on with me forever.
Of course, within the Vietnamese community, they're very appreciative and see it, but even beyond that, like from other cultures that see it and different races that still connect with the stories we tell because of how specific we tell it, I think that shows that there's a space for what we do beyond just what we do. Like, of course, we want to make it here, but we want to be able to show these stories to people outside to let them understand our cultures